the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, November 1st, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. Crime scene tape was draped across McAdoo this morning after an incident left one man dead. Police were called to a home on James Street in McAdoo Heights this morning. A state police trooper said that the incident was contained and that investigators do not believe that the public is at any risk. According to neighbors, some say they heard nothing and reported that he heard gunshots fired but thought they were coming from a hunter in the woods. The house is just a few hundred feet away from the scene of an August criminal investigation at 17 Snyder Avenue involving a domestic dispute. State police have not released any further information on this case. Fire crews were dispatched around 12:30 this afternoon for a house fire in Sugarloaf Township. Crews responded to a call at 292 LaRock Road in Sugarloaf Township for a house fire. The single occupant of the home was inside when the fire started, but made it outside without any injuries. The fire started at the bottom of the two-story home and escalated to the second floor. Fire crews from Sugarloaf, Hazel Township, Valley Regional, Hobby, West Hazleton, and the Fear Nots in Foster Township worked to extinguish that fire. There is no cause yet as to why that fire started. A Tamaqua man convicted for stealing over $300,000 from an elderly couple was not sentenced as scheduled Monday in Schuylkill County Court. 46-year-old Alfonso Pacone is waiting to hear from President Judge William E. Baldwin for his new sentencing date. Pacone was charged from Rush Township Police with stealing $319,501.60 from John and Ella Bernard between January and December of 2014. Baldwin postponed the scheduling to accommodate witnesses who wanted to testify against Pacone, and he remains free on $100,000 straight cash bail. Pennsylvania State Police are investigating a homicide after a woman's body was found in the woods. Troopers say that a woman's body was discovered by two hunters near the Francis Walter Dam in Luzerne County just before 6 p.m. last night. Investigators say that the woman had dark gray hair but have not released any other identifiable features. Anyone with information is asked to contact Pennsylvania State Police at 570-697-2000. In honor of Veterans Day, one local organization will be hosting an awareness sleep out. Voices for the Fallen, co-sponsored with the VFW Post 821 in Berwick, will be having their second annual Homeless Veterans Awareness Sleep Out beginning Friday, November 4th at 6 p.m. through Sunday, November 6th at 3 p.m. The event will take place on Route 309 South in Hazel Township on the property along the power line poles 1 quarter before McAdoo. Donations are being collected to assist NEPA displaced veterans and veterans in need. Items that can be donated include cash and check donations along with the firewood for the event and all things that are up on your screen now. For more information, you can contact Voices for the Fallen at gmail.com. WYLN, owned and operated by the Gans family, is pleased to announce that we will be simulcasting the WVIA-hosted 11th Congressional District Debate. The debate will be between incumbent Representative Lou Barletta and former Mayor of Hazleton, Mike Marsicano. In addition to WVIA, the debate will air live on WYLN starting at 7 p.m. on Thursday, November 3rd. Make sure to tune in to hear what the candidates have to say during this simulcast to say before heading to the polls on November 8th. WYLN announces its in-studio panelists for our live election night coverage, which begins on November 8th at 8 p.m. Once again, election night is hosted by the Storm's Tiffany Cloud. Returning to the panel, longtime Democratic Party operative and former congressional candidate Bill Vinsco Esquire. New additions to the panel this year include Gary Perna, host of Topic A. And as the millennial vote is critical this election cycle, we are pleased to introduce the perspective of Brandon Ferentz, co-chair of the PA Federation of College Republicans. We will also have WYLN reporters in the field election night to hear directly from those candidates as the results roll in. WYLN is your stop for the best political talk. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Frost on the windshields this morning, but can we expect more tomorrow? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Hey, we got a nice warm-up in store for our area as we go into tomorrow and as we go into our Thursday. We got temperatures going to be above where we should be for this time of year. So if you like the warmer weather, you're going to have 2 days to at least enjoy it. I'll explain just how warm it's going to get coming up in a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, the 2017 Hazleton budget was released, and tonight our Aaron Harvey has all the details. Plus, our Abby Piskel begins her Veterans Day series leading up to Veterans Day. Over the next several days, we will hear from veterans and their families on what war was like for them. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Aaron Harvey. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and John Eric Poli, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbachik.
Hello, I'm State Representative Tara Toohill. I am fighting for your homes and working to lower your property taxes. Our children deserve a quality education, and I have brought more funding to our area than ever before in state history. We are making our streets safer and bringing better jobs to our area. I am proud to serve you, and we have grown together. I am requesting your vote so I can continue to fight for you in Harrisburg. Thank you.
Introducing the all-new Hazleton Hyundai, where you are set for life. Where every new vehicle purchased includes a lifetime warranty, lifetime oil and filter changes, lifetime car washes, lifetime loaner vehicles, and lifetime state inspections. Plus, check out this amazing deal on a 2017 Hyundai Elantra SE. Right now for only $109 per month with $0 down. Hazleton Hyundai, where you are set for life.
Today, Hazleton City Mayor Jeff Cassat proposed the city's budget for the 2017 fiscal year. WYLN's Aaron Harvey has more from City Hall.
As we start the month of November, today we are getting closer to the end of the year, which means we are in budget season. This afternoon, Hazleton City Mayor Jeff Cassat proposed the city budget for the 2017 fiscal year. The $10 million budget is actually decreasing by 1% this year, but there is a 20% increase on property taxes. The proposed tax is slightly lower than cities like Wilkes-Barre, Pittston, 40 Fort Borough, Hanover Township, Nanticoke, and Plymouth Borough. Mayor Cassat says the tax rate has not increased in 5 years.
The total budget is actually decreasing this year by 1%. It's actually $65,000 less than it has been for 2016. However, we're suggesting a tax increase of 0.88 mils, which equates to about $800,000. To fill the gaps that were left in the budget by the one-time revenue fixes of last year. They were not addressed during 2016, so this is the way to do it at the end of 17. The tax rate has not increased in 5 years, since 2013. So we do recommend that the 0.88 mils, which would bring the total to 5.39 mils. The average home in Hazleton is $63,600, which equates to $56 per year or $1 per week.
Acting City Administrator for the City of Hazleton, Thomas Prebola, says the hardest part of the budget is balancing reoccurring revenue.
Not to downplay it, but for me, the budget process is fairly easy. I've been doing this over 36 years, and coming up with a budget is relatively easy, particularly here. 84% of the budget is basically payroll taxes and benefits. To sum that up, $8.4 million of a $10 million budget are basically people cost. So that's real easy to come up with. I mean, the majority of them are contractual obligations. They're covered by a collective bargaining agreement, as well as the benefits that are covered through the city. The hard part is balancing recurring revenue, which I've talked about here for a couple of years and at the county. Just like a household has a salary and you know what you're being paid, a city, a county, you need predictable recurring revenue, not one-time fixes.
Even though the budget will not be on tonight's City Council meeting agenda, there will be ordinances on the agenda tonight that may affect the budget. The budget will be on the November 9th City Council meeting. In Hazleton, for WILN News, I'm Erin Harvey.
Thank you, Erin. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, our Abby Piskel's Veteran Series begins tonight. Stay tuned. More news is headed your way here on WYLN.
When I'm elected, things will change. But I promise you one thing. No one will beat a Fairway Chevrolet deal. No one.
Fairway Chevrolet, Route 309 in Hazel Township. Hey, no one beats a Fairway deal. No one.
I don't care what my opponent said. I knew for a very long time that no one beats a Fairway Chevrolet deal. No one.
Fairway Chevrolet, Route 309 in Hazel Township. Hey, no one beats a Fairway deal. No one.
The Cheese Store and More is your one-stop shop for holiday favorites. Order your cookie trays, your meat trays, and baskets now. The last day to order is December 8th. So call or stop in today and remember their holiday hours.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
WYLN presents special programming on Veterans Day, Friday, November 11th. 11:30 a.m., the Korea Special. 2 p.m., the Vietnam Special. And 8 p.m., a Salute to Service concert. WYLN, we're your local network.
Well, a little bit chilly outside right now, but you know what? I tell you what, it's paving the way for some warmer conditions for the middle part of the week as we go into our Wednesday and as we go into our Thursday. Temperatures are going to be above where we should be for this time of year, but then after that it's going to cool down once again. So enjoy at least the next 2 days if you like the milder weather. Maybe you want to get a couple of last-minute outdoor things done. Tomorrow and Thursday, well, especially tomorrow would be the day because Thursday will still be relatively mild, but there's going to be some showers coming into our area. A little breezy right now. Quite a bit of clouds present. Here's a look at what's going on outside. We are in the 40s. Have not seen any rainfall since the midnight hour, and do get a little bit of a breeze out here. But it's going to be nice tomorrow, temperature-wise. We'll get to that in a little bit. But how did we do temperature-wise for the day? Well, we only got up to 46 degrees. And you can see that early morning low this morning dropping down below freezing. In fact, we got down to 31 degrees to be exact. So it was definitely a chilly start to our morning. Now, going into tomorrow, it's going to be much nicer temperature-wise for those high temperatures, which we're going to get to in a little bit. Temperature-wise, 40s and 50s out there. But look out toward the west. That's a telltale sign of some of that milder air that's going to start to come into our area. Yeah, these aren't fake numbers. These are real. Look at that. Erie, 75 degrees, 76 in Pittsburgh, 60s in western PA. Drop into the 50s and even some 40s as you go toward the north and east, and yeah, there's even plenty of sunshine, some clearing out toward the west, and that milder air will be in our area for tomorrow. Here's a look at the numbers for the winds, 5-10 miles per hour, that's about it. So how do 60 sound for tomorrow? We got that in a 7-day forecast, looking pretty nice. A mix of sun and clouds, about 63 degrees. Many areas will be in the mid to upper 60s for tomorrow and Thursday. Thursday, some showers will come in, and then that's going to pave the way for some cooler conditions for Friday, only in the 40s, up into the 50s for Saturday. And we're going to be kind of flip-flopping between the 40s and 50s over the next several days. But see some of those overnight lows. It's going to get quite chilly once again, with temperatures dropping down into the 30s. We'll have more for you coming up after this break.
It's Oktoberger. The sale is so big they named a month after it. At Berger Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Route 93, Hazel Township.
It's Oktoberger, and you can save $11,000 on select Ram 1500. Save $7,000 on this Cherokee Limited. Save $6,000 on this 2017 Dodge Journey.
It's the Jeep Celebration event at Ram Power Days. At Berger Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Route 93, Hazel Township.
Berger Family Dealerships. Drive with experience.
Tri-County Business Machines has been serving the Hazleton area with office supplies and furniture for over 35 years. We are your local Kyocera dealer for all your digital Kyocera copiers, printers, and faxes. For exceptional reliability, sales, and service, the call to make is to Tri-County Business Machines. Tri-County Business Machines, keeping your office up to speed. Tri-County Business Machines, located at 117 East Broad Street, Hazleton. Phone 459-0754 or visit us on the web at tricountybm.com.
WYLN has strong ties to the community, and it's committed to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hands Society telethons. WYLN's commitment to Pennsylvania continues with the broadcast of Hazleton's Fun Fest Parade and the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants to Spare Hill climb. And throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other community events. WYLN, we're your local network.
Abby Piskel, and today I'm joined with retired Staff Sergeant Eric Olson, who also happens to be the host of WYLN's Warrior Summit Outdoors. So Eric, if you just want to talk to me a little bit about your time in the service.
Okay, well, my service was broken down really into two parts. One was the first, I came in when I was 17 out of high school, and that was kind of fun. I was sent to Germany right away and spent 4 years in Europe. And then I spent another 4 years in the reserves after that. When 9/11 came about, I was deeply affected, as was tens of thousands of other people. So I decided I wanted to serve my country again. So I came back in around the 2005 timeframe, and I was a psychological operations soldier, which is somebody who is meant to, we live among the population of indigenous countries, and we are counterinsurgent experts, and we try to shape the population to join us as opposed to joining enemy militias. And after 2005, I went to Iraq in 2007, and I was there until the end of 2008, almost 2009. And then when I got back, it was about 6 months later, I went back to Iraq again. And I spent 2010 through 2011, and after 2011 I came back, and I was only home for a few more months, and went to Afghanistan.
Oh, wow, and you said that you were 17 when you first started. Why did you decide to enlist in the services?
Well, when I'd always, I guess the easiest thing is I always wanted to drive an Army tank. I know that sounds simple, and that's kind of a simplistic way of putting it, but no, it's something I've always wanted to do since I was a little kid, and I found it as my opportunity. My parents were a little shocked that I wasn't going to go straight to college, but no, I wanted to spread my wings and see the world.
And after serving 2 times, what was it like for you to come back home?
To come back home after war? Or?
Yes.
It was very alien. It was very alien because you have to consider that I had spent nearly 4 straight years in combat in both Iraq and Afghanistan. So what is considered normal to you was very alien to me. And it was a tough transition. It was a tough transition, but luckily I had a loving family that helped to make the transition a lot smoother.
Perfect. And what does it mean to you to have served your time in the military and be a veteran?
I consider it one of the, if not the greatest things that I've ever done in my life. And next to seeing my children being born, there was nothing that meant more to me than serving my country.
And did you have other family members that were a part of the service that really sparked your interest in joining?
My grandfather. My grandfather was a P-51 Mustang fighter pilot in World War II. And he had been my role model growing up, obviously along with my father. My grandfather was something I thought was just superhuman. And so his service also helped influence my going into the service.
Perfect. And being in the service, you're with a bunch of different people all the time that you kind of become like a family. Can you speak to me a little bit about that?
There is nothing that forges a brotherhood like combat. Combat is something that is fierce. It can be ugly. It can be, it's obviously dangerous. And you become family with the men to the left of you and to the right of you because you're willing to die for that person. And you just become as close, if not closer than family.
Well, Eric, I certainly want to thank you for your service and for taking the time to speak with me about your service here today. And stay tuned as we continue this series tomorrow, where I speak with another war veteran.
Thanks.
Lots of politicians talk about the issues. Lou Barletta actually gets things done. He saved taxpayers over $3 billion with common sense reforms, led the fight against the devastating opioid epidemic, specifically protecting infants born with addiction, restored funding for vital after-school programs, and rescued our fire departments when Obamacare threatened to force them to shut down. Lou Barletta, he doesn't just talk, he actually gets things done.
I'm Lou Barletta, and I approve this message.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
Tonight, it's do or die for Hazleton native Joe Madden and the Cubs. Trailing 3-2 on the road the rest of the way does sound pretty tough, but Madden thinks the Cubs' Sunday night victory has given the team some momentum.
Forward to wanting to play the 7th game of a World Series of my life, So yeah, we get to go over there with 2 rested starting pitchers. Again, from an entertainment perspective, if you're a baseball fan or looking to become a baseball fan, it was wonderful tonight, outstanding. But I like to believe we're going to gain some momentum from this game going back over there. Momentum's always based on your starting pitcher too, and well, again, with these guys, you saw how good their bullpen was once again. It's really important to grab that lead and hold on to. We did.
Tonight at 8:08 on Fox, we'll find out if the Cubs do have the momentum. The Cubs looking to force Game 7. And as a side note, not to try to make anyone nervous, but the last time a team came back from a 3-1 deficit to win the World Series was 31 years ago when the Kansas City Royals came back to defeat the St. Louis Cardinals. Last night, girls volleyball class AAA district playoffs kicked off with a doubleheader at Nanticoke High School. First match was District 4 Shamokin taking on Berwick, with the winner advancing to play top seed at Crestwood. We'll pick things up in the 5th set. Shamokin up 13-10, and Kaimlina Nenez spikes one that Berwick can't handle, giving them match point. Berwick would respond nicely though. Score 14-13, Lady Indians looking for the finish, but Madison Through has other plans. The Berwick senior comes up with a big point to tie things up at 14. But for Shamokin, the 5th time was the charm as Madison Ranormal smacks in the ace to give Shamokin the final set 16-14. The next match saw Nanticoke hosting Western Wayne with a trip to the semis on the line. First set, Nanticoke's Cody Hornan gets the ACE, putting the Trojanettes up early. Later in the set, Jenna Lipkowski will set up Shyla Sheholtz. She'll surprise everyone on Western Wayne with a gentle tap over the net that leads to another GNA point. Nanticoke would go on to get the win in straight sets. Tonight, district playoffs continue with field hockey crowning a district champion, and Holy Redeemer's field hockey team will try to make history. The undefeated Lady Royals know that they are going to the state playoffs for the first time, whether they win or lose, but if they can defeat Lake Lehman tonight, they will win their first ever district championship in girls field hockey. Yesterday, we brought you college basketball rankings, which we'll talk about again in a couple seconds. But before we get to that, let's talk about more important rankings, which of course is our WYLN High School Football Power Rankings. Number 7 is Northwest. The Rangers will play in the District 2 Class Single A championship game this Friday. Number 6, Wyoming area. The Warriors are the top seed in District 2 Class 4A. Number 5, Blue Mountain. The Eagles knocked off last week's number 1 team, Schuylkill Haven. Number 4, Valley West. They're the top dogs in D2 Class 5A. Number 3, the favorites in District 11 Class AA, the Schuylkill Haven Hurricanes. Number 2, the Schuylkill League champion, Pottsville Crimson Tide. And at number 1, no surprise, Williamsport. Also today, the top 25 teams were announced in women's college basketball. We'll just take a look at the top 5 because the big surprise is number 3 with UConn. The Huskies are winners of the past 4 national championships, and they aren't starting the year at number 1. But the 2 teams that are in front of them definitely aren't slouches. That's all for sports. Stay tuned.
At All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you not only get the vehicle that you want,
you also get the lowest financing options.
We also deliver unmatched service.
Whether you're in need of a work truck, have an active family lifestyle, or simply want to show off your fun, adventurous side, All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. It's the Ram Power Days and Jeep Celebration event. Stop in today. It's time to find your copy of the Freeland Progress. Look inside for the cemetery adventure featuring local historic cemeteries and a special story about our local anthem site history. The Freeland Progress is free at locations throughout Freeland, Whitehaven, Blakesley, Berwick, Cunningham, Drums, and the Hazelton area. Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick offers the perfect mix of fine and fashion jewelry. Expand your Alex and Ani jewelry collection at Nespoli Jewelers or design a one-of-a-kind engagement ring. Nespoli Jewelers, mixing fine and fashion. 108 East Front Street in Berwick.
Congress has a disgraceful 18% approval rating. As a voter, you hire for Congress. You pay them $170,000 plus benefits, and they work only 111 days a year. It's been 6 years of poor performance and intolerable results. If this was your personal company, would you be rehiring this employee? Not a chance. It is time to replace them. Mr. Barletta, it's time to go. We put you in office, and now we will take you out.
I'm Mike Marcicano, and I approve this message.
Tune in each week to WYLN TV 35 to watch the #1 Hazelton-based broadcasted television talk show, The Storm, hosted by Tiffany Cloud. Candidates, politicians, community leaders, and more appear on The Storm when they want to be heard. New shows air Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and these additional air times. Only on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
All right, looking good for tomorrow. Actually, the next 2 days, temperature-wise, we're going to be up into the 60s. Many areas will be in the mid to upper 60s. Then as we go into our Thursday, some showers break out across our area, and that's going to pave the way for some cooler conditions by the ending part of the week, going into the weekend, and going into next week as well. But you know what? 60s this time of year, well above average. We'll take them. Enjoy the next 2 days. Keep the umbrella handy for Thursday, because then you can see some of those overnight lows. Again, it's going to be dropping down into the 30s, and of course, you know, Saturday night going into Sunday morning, you know what you got to do with the clocks. You got to make a change to them already.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not only the clocks, but yes, there's more.
And the smoke
detectors, yes.
Yes, that is always it's always a good sign or signal of when to do it.
Yeah.
You know, just
twice a year, yeah, change the batteries.
Yep. I didn't know about the smoke detectors.
No?
No, first time hearing that one.
Through elementary school, high school, didn't retain that, I guess.
No.
You retained everything about sports.
I must have been sleeping during that.
Maybe it was. But the frost this morning, hopefully it won't be like that tomorrow. And that's all we could hope for. But it looks like a beautiful weekend ahead of us.
Absolutely. I was just thinking about that. And, you know, the end? No. Remember, never mind. Watch the replay.
Like World Series, hopefully we get to Game 7. We'll see what happens.
Go Cubs.
Go Cubs.